doing our invocation, please?
Sure. Father in heaven, thank you for this day and all the blessings you've given us. I ask God that you would just give us wisdom beyond our years in doing the business for our city. I ask God blessings upon each and every citizen of our city. God, we come to you tonight asking for your guidance and your leadership. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Stand and join me in the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Hall.
Here.
Drennan.
Here.
Parker.
Here.
Inman.
Here. Citizen comments. Anyone having an item of business? Anybody? Citizen comments? Seeing none. Okay, consent agenda. Discuss consideration of possible action on consent agenda. The following items are considered routine by the Lindsay City Council and will be enacted with one motion. Discussion desired on any item. That item will be removed from consent agenda and considered separately.
I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Inman.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Drennan.
Yes.
Hall.
Yes.
Okay, we're down to number 8. City benefit quotes, discuss consideration and possible action on quotes for employee health benefits.
In your packet, you've been provided with some options. Then we also have another gentleman here to talk about another option. And then I'm going to let Todd, when he gets up to explain his side of things, we may have a third option. So you want to start, go ahead. Well, you can explain what's in the packet.
Okay, I believe in your packet you have just a sheet going over the renewal. And basically, obviously here to discuss the renewal for December 1. It was a very difficult year in regards to claims for the city of Lindsay, okay? We've been very lucky for the last 3-4 years, I know. This year, to get to give you an idea where we're at, and once we go over the numbers, for the entire year, we're at a loss ratio of 175%, which is not good. But what further affects the rates going on towards the renewal is the fact that late in the year, just at the August loss ratio, that ratio is 487%. What that tells us is this. For last year, you had 4 employees that really affected the claim, so large claims that hit in huge numbers, okay? Of those 4, 3 are still on board. You know, there's nothing we can do about that. So, but that being said, Blue Cross is foreseeing a lot of claims for December 1 going into 2026. So the renewal, I mean, we got hammered this year, okay? What does that mean for you going forward? Obviously this year, you know, if we continue to stay with Blue Cross, we're looking at some other options where we would take the benefits. They would not be as good as the current benefits are. You know, we take co-pays for doctor's offices, visits and prescriptions. They're still really good. But your out-of-pocket would have to go up considerably. Going forward through this year, if we have let's say some of those larger claims come off the books, then at the renewal, we could look at a favorable renewal for next year, but there's just no telling because we really don't know what's going to go on with those claims. That being said, we tried to shop it around with everybody, okay? So nobody wanted this. UHC, an email we showed Sally from there and Sandy, they pretty much even said Blue Cross was actually very favorable on the renewal. They could have hammered us a lot more. So UHC, they did not want to quote that. So that being said, on the actual renewal page, if you look at this, your first 2 plans on here, they're your current plans that you have, okay? The way the City of Lindsay is set up, you have 2 plan options. You have a base plan that the City of Lindsay covers 100% of the employee cost. Then you have a buy-up plan. The buy-up plan, the employees would pay the difference in that cost. For the most part, there are some employees that do take the buy-up plan. They'll pay the difference in cost. But that plan that we have for the buy-up is also designed for the Insure Oklahoma employees. So when you look at the rates as high as they are, If you're on Insure Oklahoma, you're not having to pay that difference, nor is the city of Lindsay, because Insure Oklahoma is picking up that cost. So if you can see just the first plan, the first column on there, it's basically you look at the bottom there in the middle, it says current plan, Insure Oklahoma, and then you look at your renewal rate. Just for an idea, an employee-only rate last year on the buy-up plan was $620.15 per month. The renewal on that option is going up to $849.25. So again, it's a huge jump. If you look at the middle column, this was the base plan where the city of Lindsay pays 100% of the employee-only premium, going from $511.66 to $747.10. So the plan, one option that we're proposing would be the last option that says new option. We would propose that being your base plan, okay? The base plan there, basically what it would do, it would take a current deductible of $2,100, it would bump it up to $3,100 on your base plan. The copay would actually go down. Your base plan's a $35 copay for doctor's office visits, $60 for specialist. It would go down to $25 and $50, okay? The drug cards are very similar. With generics, the same name brands, you're looking at a bump a little bit. Instead of $35 and $75 for tier 3 and 4 name brands, they would go from $50 to $100. That being said, the major difference in these two plans is that the out-of-pocket goes from $42.50 per employee to $72.50. Okay, so just their out-of-pocket exposure's the main difference there, okay? But with that plan there, we can get the base rate for an employee only to $622.49. So if you go below that, I just have the difference in premium. So for example, it would cost the city, if we did change that to the base plan, and they could currently use the current base plan as the buy-up option. Again, we can keep the first option that, even though it's $849 per month, because if anyone chooses that plan, most likely they're in Oklahoma. The city of Lindsay does not have to pick up that cost anyway, if that makes sense, okay? So just saying that, just off of the employees that do not have Insure Oklahoma, I'm basing my numbers on, okay? So that gives us about 48 employees that the city's having to pay for their benefits on the employee-only premium. That would basically make a difference of about $5,300 per month in premium that the city's paying out of their pocket more. And that'd be right at $63,000 to $64,000 difference in premium per year that the city would be paying, okay? With Blue Cross, and like I said, we met with Sally and Sandy, we think this, if we stay with this company, this would be the best option if we want a traditional health plan. A traditional health plan being a plan that has co-pays for doctor's visits, prescriptions built in the plan, okay? I know, obviously, there's a plan with Health Choice you're looking at. Obviously, Health Choice is a great company. I know some of you, my wife's a school teacher. She has Health Choice, so, you know, it's a good plan. And I'll let their gentlemen get into what their plan does. But what we're looking at, we also are looking at a plan similar that would be a high deductible health plan that would not have co-pays to go to the doctor, prescription cards built in. Now, the way that plan would work, once you meet your out-of-pocket, then the plan covers 100% of all of those costs, prescriptions, doctor's visits, et cetera, okay? But what you have to do, you have to bridge that gap on the large or higher deductibles. So we're basically looking, we send out for quotes on a gap plan to go with a high deductible health plan. Unfortunately, as of today, we do not have those numbers back yet. I can't tell you either way if it's going to be competitive or not. I know our high deductible health plan is competitive, but on the gap plan, I do not know, okay? So that being said, the specifics of the gap plan, what all that will cover, we'll have to get everything on that price-wise to see where we sit on that in comparison to Health Choice, okay? So also as well, the dental and vision, vision stayed the same. Dental, Health Choice, Delta Dental did go up approximately, I think about $8 per employee, which the city does cover that cost 100%, but we did find actually, in my opinion, a little better option with Blue Cross and Blue Shield that will keep the dental plan the same, so that will not be an expense that we'd have to furthermore pick up. If anybody here is, I know the nuts and bolts of this are actually the health insurance, but that being said, the dental plan, I know employees use everyone, other dentists. But Dr. Shelton's office, they do not accept in-network Blue Cross, but they do make exceptions, and they did say they would take an exception if we did go with Blue Cross for a dental coverage, and they would consider it an in-network benefit for the employees. If there are any other dentists that we need to check with, we don't mind doing that, obviously. That being said, do you have any questions at all?
Will you know the gap stuff by next?
Yes, I expect to have those rates no later than Thursday. So as of Thursday, we should have everything together on what that plan does, and as soon as we have that, we'll obviously set a meeting up
We don't
and go
actually
over
have
that.
to make a decision until then, do we?
Well,
Or do we need to do
we
it?
have to do it before the next meeting. We do not have to do it tonight, but you know what that means then.
Yeah.
Special meeting.
We're gonna have to make a special meeting to decide. So, we don't have all the information possibly on the other side either, so I think we're probably looking at having to do a meeting maybe Monday night, next Monday night. If we have everything from everybody by Thursday, but no, we cannot wait until the next meeting.
Okay.
It will be too late I think, to get everything done, and, because our new year starts December,
December 1, yes.
so.
And so, I don't know much about insurance, not enough to be dangerous, but can you do the dental separate, like Blue Cross, and then do some other company for health? Is that allowable?
You can do that. That depends on, yes, you can do that.
Okay, I don't know what we
Yes.
want,
Right
I'm
now,
just
we have
curious.
Delta Dental, we have VSP, and we have Blue
Okay.
Cross.
And they're the same plans we've had, believe it or not, I think I brought them about 12 years ago. So
Yeah.
we've been on those plans. And first, Delta did go up. That's the first rate increase we've had with Delta Dental, and it was not just for Lindsay, it was across the board, every customer. First rate increase I believe they've had in over 10 years, so.
I know they've been talking about, I know we have this increase, and I was wondering when I saw this and was thinking about this for tonight. We see this increase now. They're talking about an even more increase and things doubling. Are we looking at that with this within the next year, or is this gonna stay?
That all depends on claims, but that being said, to answer your question, I believe what you're seeing on the news and stuff, that has a lot more to do with the individual plans with Obamacare, et cetera, because of the subsidies, et cetera. That on the group health side, the trend factors, are they going up some? Yes, there are some. I believe in this rate where your base rate went up 46%, I believe 12% of that was a trend factor, which give or take, that's been that's the
Yeah.
last few years it's been there. But, no, on the 50%, things like that, that's not really going to affect this per se. On the individual side, like I
It's
said,
just our claim usage.
your claim usage, 100%.
Yeah.
It's all it is. And, like I said, we may look at this thing, I can't speak for Health Choice. I don't know what they look at. For us, we're going to look at claims experience every year, and we're going to go get that claims experience. Then we can go shop that with other carriers. With Health Choice, I don't know I'm sure you can get claims experience. I don't have a clue on that. But that being said, if you have claims that they look at, let's say we decide to stay with Blue Cross. Let's say at the end of next year, they have ongoing claims. And I'm not talking about sniffles, things like that. We're talking about major claims that are hitting us right now. If they see that on the books going for the next year, you're not going to get a rate decrease. But if you have a clean year, let's say the last 3 months of the year are really clean, there's and I say this, I'm not going to guarantee anything, but there's a very good possibility you can go out here and get a 15, 20, 25% rate decrease, but they would have to be very clean, okay? So unfortunately, there's no answer to your question there. We just will not have a clue until we get to that time to see where we're at.
Anybody have any further questions or?
And I mentioned to Sally, on our GAP plan and high deductible health plan, like I said, we should have it in the next day or two. And as soon as we have it, we will obviously get with the city on that and present that. And if it's competitive, we're going to come present it. And I'll tell you right now, I'm a Lindsay resident, obviously. If it's not competitive, I'm going to look at Sally and say it's not competitive. I'm not going to you know, at the end of the day, it's what it is. So if it's competitive with Health Choice, great. If it's not, I'm gonna be the first to say, hey, we're not doing much there, you know, to compete with that. But at the same time, on your actual base plan, your new base plan rate is probably actually still the cheapest plan out here. But I do know, and especially with Sally, I mean, she wants the best benefits for the employees. So at the same time, right now, I don't mind saying it, I think what Health Choice has is a better benefit than what our base plan is. And hopefully we'll have something that can compare that as well in the next day or two.
Well, and, you know, it's, my wife and I were discussing about a different issue. Somebody has a business in town, you know, school or church or whatever, I feel obligated to try to check the business in town. It's real comparable, you know. But, you know, on the other hand, you understand, you know, if it's.
Absolutely, Tom. If it's not comparable, you know, I love to have the opportunity, but at the same time, I look at it like this, when I can go offer the same plans as everyone else, you know, and for years, I'm competing against those guys, that's fine and girls, but, you know, at the same time, this is a very unique situation. I know there hasn't been a rate increase like this in the last 10 years with the city of Lindsay. It's just one unique year.
Yeah.
And you've got to do what's best for the city of Lindsay, regardless of who the agent is. And I'm 100% aware of that and appreciate that.
Well, I just want you to kind of understand that.
Yeah, 100%, no.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, though, is the benefit of having somebody local is nice. And it's very helpful for Sandy and that. So, you know, if we're even talking about close, I mean, he's a little more, I still would probably go local. Now, if we're not, we've had this discussion, and that's why we're gonna look at the other, and he's working on the other. I mean, that may be,
That's
we know
probably where my heart
financially
is,
where
too.
we're at, we've gotta work with that
Yeah.
also, so.
Yeah. We're gonna save $25 over, I know that's a great
Yeah.
example.
Right.
Well, that's not where I want my heart is, you know, but if it's significant, well,
Me personally,
Absolutely.
I wouldn't mind paying a little bit more just to not have to change cards.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I'm
So
just-
I think that.
That's just me.
We're gonna listen to it, we want to see the other options, and then, of course, we can come back, we can set a meeting once he gets his stuff. So, he's been very, I mean, I love the fact that he's so honest with us, and he talks to us about it, and that's why we appreciate doing business with him. So, again,
I think we changed.
yeah.
The year I think, pretending to be a city manager for a little bit. And I think that was the year we changed, I believe. And I'll no bones about it, I think local, if it's where we ought to go, but we'll just see. I just wanted you to understand.
Absolutely, I do appreciate that, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be back with you next few days.
All righty, thank you. So, we have, someone here to talk to us on the, are you with yeah, if you wanna step up here, and you guys have in your packet, you have, he's here with the Defender side of things, which is the piece that pays the deductibles, and which is really an interesting idea. And then, that it would go along with Health Choice, so. Anything you want to?
First thing, I would, if you wanted to keep it with Blue Cross, we can quote that, and I can turn it around pretty quick, so.
Okay.
I mean, I don't just do
Again.
this, so, yeah, I'll give you a card if you want me to quote your gap plan, because we do this for Mississippi, we do this all over the country. so.
Cool.
Anyway, so I guess you wanted to hear, do I need to pass these out to the crew, or just?
I think they have those. We ran them, everybody should have
Okay,
them
okay.
scanned into their computer.
All right, so Pre-Med Defender is a secondary card. Secondary means that we pay directly to the provider. We have a payer ID. So health, this program is designed for any state employee. Any state employee that has Health Choice, which is what you're looking at, can purchase this program, be a school teacher, things like that. So probably in this area, you have some Department of Corrections, maybe some highway patrolmen, and they have this program. So the way it works is, if you'll see that Health Choice Basic has a rate of $564.72 for an individual employee, and then it's $98 is what the Pre-Med Defender costs. So the combined monthly premium is $662.72, and we always compare ourselves with Health Choice High because that's what the state allots for teachers. So it's $707. So we're $44.28 a month cheaper. What we do is we're like a Medicare supplement and health, some kind of secondary insurance. So when I go to the doctor, I don't have copays. We don't pay for copays, but we pay for doctor's visits. So when I go to the doctor charges me $150. The PPO rate is $125. Once that's adjudicated through Health Choice, then the provider turns around and files the claim with us. And because it's secondary, they attach that primary EOB, just like they would if you had a secondary insurance like anything else. Then we turn around and pay the provider directly that $125. We pay that $1,000 deductible until we get to past that $1,000 deductible, and then it's 50/50 coinsurance. So we split the bill 50/50. If that surgery is $4,000, then the provider files the claim with Health Choice. Then it comes back, what applies to the deductible, the negotiated rate, patient responsibility. Then the provider turns around and files it with us. Same claim form with that EOB, and we pay that $2,000. So once we get to that $4,000, then Health Choice is on the hook for $4,000 to $4 million if you have a double lung transplant, something like that. We don't do any prescriptions. So like I said, I compare myself with Health Choice High when we're selling this program, and it's basically the prescription benefits are the exact same. The network is the exact same. And so it's not all rainbows and unicorns. And I try to explain to when you have secondary insurance, usually the first time we go into a market, there's going to be somebody that makes it a family-owned clinic. Somebody at the front desk is going to say, we don't take that. And then I tell the members, fine, you don't need to take it, but will you file the claim? 99.9% of doctors will always file the claim, but just file it as my secondary insurance. And once they file it, then they're going to get paid in full. The reason clinics don't say we're not going to take that is because they think they're taking a discount for their service. Maybe it's a write down for a PPO net. I mean, there's some programs where there's a card loaded with some fees in there. That's not the way we operate. All we want is you to take the same claim form you use for Health Choice, attach the EOB, and then send it to us, and we're going to pay that. And then this year we added a concierge service because I always joke that our concierge service is bilingual. They're not English-Spanish. They speak provider as well as actual member or employee. So they understand when the employee's like, what do I do? It's like, look, I can see the claim right here. They need a copy of your EOB. Can you get that to me? I need you to send it to this email address, and they'll help them get that in there. So that's one of the things the kind of those steps we go. So like I said, so the member really has no out of pocket for that. So we have this in multiple tech centers. Let's see, you guys, what's the tech center that you?
Mid-America?
Mid-America, yeah, sorry. I know it was in Wayner, but yeah. So that's one that they adopted this program. So it's, I guess, we're getting popular with schools and tech centers and things like that, and a lot of highway patrolmen probably in this area that have this program. But this is also available for different programs. This is just the one that we do for the state, but we do multiple from 10 to members of 500 or however, so.
So you may be able to. Yeah, I said you two may be able to work something out.
Yeah, so this
may be, maybe
wow,
a cool option that we
tough year,
have once they talk. So I think this is a great program. I'm been angry with my husband ever since I talked to him because my husband didn't tell me this was an option on our state. So I'm like, next year this will be an option, so we can. I mean, now that I've read it and got to see it all, but I think this is a good way to that issue with us that we're going to have with higher deductibles and that kind of thing. I think we can kind of take care of it with something like this. So
secondary insurance is becoming more and more popular, and I think it's just using the proper term. It's easier to sell to an employee to call it GAP. GAP doesn't resonate well with provider's office because they think it's an indemnity program where they're going to have to go chase dollars. If they know it's a secondary insurance, and every time I go to the doctor I ask this, do you file secondary insurance? Oh yeah, all the time. But they know it's a manual process. They pull that EOB and make sure they send it in. So
So I think at this point, we have some, but not enough information to make a decision. So as soon as I can get everything back from everybody, but we're going to have to set a time and do
Okay.
this. So kind of be planning
Next Monday night.
Next Monday.
next Monday night may very well be when we have to meet.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
we appreciate it.
Anybody have any other questions or?
No.
All right, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Appreciate it, guys.
Okay. Right, now I guess we're moving everyone we're done with. What number was that?
You be on 9.
On 9, okay. Lindsay Board members renewal, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Just, Lindsay Board members renewal, discussion consideration, possible action to renew the following Lindsay Library Board member to a 3-year term ending in September 2027. Rita Thornburg Owens, Nancy Huckabee, and Jean Roberts.
Yes, and
All of them
are all expired, so. we will
expired,
get
so
it
they
in.
would go to 2027, 3-year period. Entertain a motion to approve or,
Do they all three want to be renewed?
As far as I know, yes, they all 3 have expressed they want to be back.
I make a motion we approve all 3 for renew until 27.
Second.
motion's been made and seconded, roll call, please.
Inman,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Brennan,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
Chamber contract, discuss consideration, possible action on chamber contract.
They had requested that we had gone back, as you guys know, and we had taken everything but the Founder's Day back off. And they have asked that we put the Christmas, they want to be back involved with the parade, the vendors, and the activities. I have no issues with doing that. I would like to clarify with them kind of what, we want to work together. And I think we can do some really nice things together. But I would like to do just a little bit more clarification than maybe exactly what they've got on here. But I would like to go ahead and get this approved and do amendments to it to clarify the Christmas part, so we can go ahead and get them paid. Because right now, we've not paid them anything because we've not officially accepted this. So now this is your question. Can we accept this with A, Founder, which is how it originally went, and with B, Christmas, but to be clarified?
We can accept the contract as is, and we can make modifications to the contract later.
Okay.
And that's okay,
Okay.
Is there,
especially since we're not messing with finances
No.
or anything like that.
Yeah.
is there do they want to work together? I mean, I guess.
They're the ones who have requested to be put
Well,
back in.
yeah, I
and-
know, but I mean, at one point in time, I didn't think they weren't too keen on everything, were they? Or maybe I'm wrong.
I initially removed it, and so, but they have asked to come back on it, so,
If we do this, will they be expecting more money?
at this point, just because of where we're at, I am not changing it financially. I think that's something in January we could readdress, once we see that our money is staying stable, and, I mean, we may readdress that with everybody that we've cut, because we've cut everybody. So, I think that's a discussion for after, January, February timeframe.
Yeah, and I guess I just want to make sure if we're going to have a beauty contest for, when Mark Hall enters and he wins it, we're going to pay 50%. They're going to pay 50%. It's lined out there so everybody kind of knows we're both involved and we're kind of in it together, I guess, what I want to make sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, this right now is kind of what our part to pay to the chamber, and then it's also what expectations that we have
Of
from
them.
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 So, and that's why I said,
Yeah.
I think that there's a couple of things that we need to clarify, kind of define a little bit better, but absolutely, I mean, I'm willing to work with them, I think they're willing to work with us, so I think we just need to
I
clean
think
it up a little bit.
I think everybody
Yeah.
together is what
Yeah,
I want to emphasize on her,
so,
because,
but no, at this point, I don't see changing any money until we see that
Okay.
we're where we need to be.
okay. Entertain a motion to approve then.
Make a motion to approve the Chamber of Commerce agreement.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Hall,
Yes.
Brennan,
Yes.
Barker,
Yes.
Inman,
Yes. 11. Out
Out of 5.
Out of 5? Okay, that's a new one on me. Discussing consideration and possible action on services from out of 5. Is it?
Okay. So we have looked at multiple programs, and money at the time we were looking at them wasn't an option to even spend it. And so I have not even thought about doing anything. This is a program, we've looked at programs that like notify about outages and those kind of things. But this one's a little bit different because this particular one steps in and like once we identify that we're going into an outage, then it takes over. And so what we've found is our dispatch, because our dispatch, you know, we call them our police dispatch, but they're our city dispatch. So like everything starts coming in and, you know, when you're getting 30 calls about outages because it's a whole area that's out, that means they're not taking care of business. And that's not just for police, that's for fire, that's for EMS. I mean, that starts shutting down everything. And so it gets pretty overwhelming anytime. But this is not just outage related too. This could be anything that we have going on. So it's kind of like getting another person, but for a lot less money than having to hire somebody. So when I went to talk to, I mean, everybody, because it means that, you know, Brandon's gonna have to give up a little of his budget, the police are gonna have to give up a little of theirs, you know, the electric's gonna give up some of theirs. All of them said, is this gonna help dispatch? Yes. Is this gonna help us get our words out to people? Yes. Then they're willing. So each one of them is willing to take a little bit out of their budget and put into this. And the initial startup, you know, there's $2,000 that goes into getting it all installed. Some of the features that I really like about it is once the calls start coming in, that people can go in and like literally start seeing things mapped. So it's telling them right away areas. If we know we're gonna be out in an area, we can map it all right from the beginning and we can say, this is gonna be out. And you can go on and see, well, okay, I have an outage, but I'm over here and this is scheduled for here, then I need to go ahead and call in because my outage doesn't have anything to do with the one that's currently going on. So.
So you're saying the people can see?
Yes, the people will be able to see, it'll take their calls, after the initial start, it will map out things, for not only the guys, but yes, for the community. So we see some real benefit in looking at this and just helping getting the word out to our customers when things are not going the way that.
Is it only for outages that don't use it?
No, I mean, anytime we're gonna do anything, like, this week, we could have mapped out our area and said, hey, this is where we're doing our faucets, our hydrant testing. And so, you know, if your water is a little bit discolored, here's why.
How do they get the message?
So they can opt in, and it's text or call, because we know we have people that don't do text messaging. So it can be set up like that. The initial will be kind of an opt-in automatically, I believe, is kind of how they're gonna do it. They'll get all the word out to every customer, and then they can opt out. So that's kind of my hope, is initially it'll kind of be an opt-in, and then if you don't want it, you can get out.
Is it, can you put, I'm just asking so I know everything, information on there, like the Christmas parade will start at, does that go that level? I don't know if you want it to, but I'm just asking.
Okay, so we
Oh,
could
sorry.
map out our Christmas route. One of the things that we might want to do, which will tell people we are having a Christmas parade, but it will also say, stay away from driving in this zone. You know, and we can map that out on it and show the people where the problems areas are. So if we're working on a road that we're gonna have shut down, we can map it out and send it to those people in that, you know, so they'll know. We can send it to the people in that area, we can send it to everybody. So I think, you know, it is a communication system.
We used to do those at school where you could send it to selected people or send it to the group
Yes.
and say, homecoming will start at this time, you know, or you could send it to the candidates or whatever, you know, just their parents or whatever. I didn't know if it had, and I know there's not gonna be a lot of times we want to just send the information out, but there might be sometimes.
Like if something happened if something was, like they're gonna be working on, say, Francis.
Say, yeah, yeah.
Me and Bev and Anthony Adams and all of us on our street would get a text saying, hey.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the nice part. It can go in and we can map the area that, like, when we even need to do a planned outage, send that all out ahead. You know, where right now, I mean, we're calling and we're putting it on Facebook and we're kind of hoping that everybody, I mean, this will be more of a identifier and hopefully be better customer service. So, I mean, that's what we're hoping for.
Okay.
So
Is it the first time you pay it every year, or is that?
you pay, the initial setup fee is only one time, and then it is a fee.
Every year will be?
Well, it'll be, or a per month fee, so.
And it could go up, but they're not gonna have to pay the additional every year, right?
No.
Okay.
And he said they've been pretty stable, and because I asked, you know, is this something that's gonna go up? It's been pretty stable. I did ask the question, you know, if we can't pay for it next year, because I do think it is a 3-year commitment, but it's a 1-year if we can't budget it and afford it, then we can get out.
Okay.
So,
Will this just go to cell phones, not any landline?
no,
unless it's a call?
landlines, this will call landlines if that's all they have.
Okay, cool.
So, because I said, we have people that won't do text messages or whatever. No, it will do both. So,
So it's just a call system, it won't go to any kind of social media, nothing like that, it's just calls?
well, it will set up the maps and stuff. It does outage maps for our website, for our Facebook posts.
Okay.
So it will automatically do those things once we get it set to where it'll go. Especially if we have something planned or something big that's happening. I think.
Well, I'm just, you know, I know, I was joking about this, but city offices will be closed on Monday.
Yeah, it has customizable residential alerts, so that is something, I mean, this is just exactly what you talked about the school has. This is designed to do that, plus.
I think that's beneficial because,
Oh, yeah.
you know, I mean, I'm gonna run down there and, you know, you're not, you might be familiar, but go down and get permission, or what if you have to buy electric? You know, we're gonna do electric work on somebody and you're new to the area. Oh, heck, it's not open, you know? But
Right.
if you knew it, you know, if somebody knew it ahead of time, they could let you know if you're coming in to do work that they won't be open in the city today now, so. That might save a little headache for people too. I think it'd probably be all right.
I mean, it's, I
You're
mean,
looking forward-
even with the 2,000 install and 600 a month, that's under 10,000 for the first year. I mean,
And
it's
then we
it's
don't
worth
have
a
to pay
shot.
that.
For better communication for folks, that's a pretty big deal. I think it's
It
pretty,
is a big deal.
There's a lot of times, especially with the fire hydrants, You know,
Yes.
somebody might have planned to do 4, 5, 6 loads of laundry that day. And then then they're looking at brown water. And if they have the update that, you know,
And that's the thing, why we've been telling everybody for a month we're going to do this,
Oh, I know,
and we put
yeah.
it on Facebook. This could still call
it's just another form of.
today
Sure.
and say, hey, by the way, in your area, we're,
Yeah.
Even though you
Like you
do,
said,
there's
time-
people, like, for example, maybe up on where I live, that saw them getting ready to do the fire hydrant thing, go, oh, I want to have brown water.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean,
I knew they were going to do it, but I just wasn't.
well, the other deal is like with the electrical part of it, whenever, you know, when they have something blow on a certain circuit, it kills several streets. Like I said, if everybody starts calling all at one time, like I said, if you have an emergency downtown, it ties up the phone lines.
it
So
does.
that would
So
be-
after
that's
the
a-
first or second call that comes in, the girls will be able to hit a button that immediately takes it,
Mm-hmm.
it starts answering the calls, and it starts filtering the information, and like, if they call in, it'll basically ask, you know, are you just identifying that you have an outage, or do you have information? And if they have information, it sends it to James immediately and starts mapping, and on the map, it'll show not only that that's an outage, but that person has information to give. And so now James has somebody that maybe heard something, they may have heard the pop, and it's a transformer, or they may have, you know, so we're not chasing that
It's usually me.
So
information down.
you think it's quite beneficial for
Pop
the
out.
city to have
I
that?
feel like,
See how it goes.
it is beneficial, because just the overwhelming calls that come in
All
to,
right. Entertain a motion to approve then.
I make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Inman,
Yes.
Barker,
Yes.
Brennan,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
12, roof repairs. Discussion, consideration, possible action on looking at insurance and possible bidding.
you missed the, but I'm, the update on the, for the fire department, but while they did send in a letter with all of them approving it, we still have not heard back from Margaret. Do you still want to put that on hold? That's that SOG for the fire department. And we were waiting on Margaret. They did send me a letter where all of the guys have signed off approving it.
Okay, I mean, what part of the agenda this is dealing with? Because I have
12.
the roof repairs.
Yeah, that's what
What the heck?
I was going to say, I don't know where you're
Did you
at.
pull it off? I still have it on mine.
Okay. I
Did
just
you
went,
pull
all
it off? Okay, good.
right. After Outify's got number
Mine
12
still
roof
has it.
repairs, but I don't know.
Okay.
That
Oh,
explains
well, I must have
things.
missed something here.
Okay, so,
Okay.
I have an old one.
We're on roof repairs, they're number
Good
12.
deal, it's off. Okay,
Okay.
never mind.
Insurance and possible bidding on the roof repairs.
So, we've had some we got approved on 4 different roofs, some money. And so we've kind of gone back and forth in discussion. We've been given, dang it, I don't have that amount right here. Let me see if I can flip this up.
it's, if I remember, it exceeded $100,000, in money to allocate. That was the estimate for the repairs that was provided by OMAG. If I remember, it was like over $100,000. It was like $104,000 or $107,000. And so, I discussed that with them because it actually makes more sense if we bundle all of the properties together to submit a bid to one company to make the repairs to all the buildings, because you might be able to get a discounted rate. But to do that, obviously, it's going to exceed $100,000, so we have to comply with the Oklahoma's Competitive Bidding Act, and we have to bid those notices appropriately. And so I think that's kind of what we're going to have to do. Sally had, I know that the original people that were providing estimates, I think, initially were saying that we could do it and just let us do it and we'll send the bill to the insurer, but that doesn't quite work right. They left a message to call. I put Sally passed that message on to me on October 7th. I called Matt Gordon. I haven't got a return call. So that's just kind of the status of this from my end. I don't know if Sally has anything else to add.
I know Mac had talked to the insurance company again, and I know they're withholding part of our money. And the reason being is they paid out on several of these buildings to be repaired, and that money disappeared and didn't get used to fix them. So now they don't want to pay out anymore, so we actually have to get somebody committed to do the work before they'll pay any more money, which is making it difficult because we really need to bid it, but in order to get all the money that we need, you almost have to start the project and do supplementals, and so we're kind of in a rock and a hard place on this because we are over 100,000. And I don't know who's gonna bid it. I mean, if we bid out what we've got, that isn't gonna be the job. So I think that's where I'm struggling a little bit.
But, you know, and I talked with OMAG. They said we could bid the project. We have an estimate of 107,000. And, you know, I explained to them that, you know, I think one of the buildings has a domed roof or it's a curved roof. So it's difficult to, once you to give a good estimate until you start ripping that stuff off. And then, you know, the prices, like with any kind of construction project, you can do a request for change order, which would all that would have to be here. But we need to be, you know, we need to, in order to do this bid, though, we're going to have to fund it, you know, and appropriate it. OMAG said, though, that after everything's done, they could send us, the project person can do a supplemental to justify the additional costs, and, you know, they would reevaluate to see if any of that would be absorbed by the insurance. And so, I don't think they're necessarily, we are kind of in a pickle because of the budgeting aspect of it, but, you know, I think it makes the most economical sense to approach it as a group bidding situation. If not, we could do each individual building, and because they're separate buildings, and so you don't have to make it as one project. You don't have to worry about bid splitting or anything like that. But you might get inflated costs on the bids that come through.
The first one, though, what kind of guarantee we got that we're not gonna be left holding the bag? I mean, could they say, hey, sorry?
So, I mean, there's always a possibility. The OMAG has said that whatever the estimate would be surrendered for the payment. I mean, so if it costs $150,000 and we do the supplemental and they don't want to pay that, then we're on the hook for that difference.
Yeah. And getting 104, just talking to these guys, I mean, I think we may be looking at 250, 300,000 in roof repairs. So we got to be ready to commit to some real money to get these fixed, but, you know.
What are the buildings we're talking about?
We're talking about the police department,
Okay.
city hall, the nutrition center, and the depot. The depot's probably the easiest one. It probably has the closest money, and it's probably got the most normal roof. The nutrition center's a problem because they've already paid us for it. We didn't fix it, so it's the one that's iffy.
Why did we not, I mean, at what point in time was this, somebody just took the money and didn't do it?
I think it was 2020, and it was,
That's all you need to say.
Oh, so it wasn't recent?
no, but it doesn't matter. It wasn't fixed.
It wasn't
Yes,
done, I mean,
I get
somebody
it.
just,
so that one's probably the biggest issue. And then the police department's the one that, until they get it, it's the most unsure.
The 2021, do we have any idea what they paid out?
I can't tell you off the top of my head.
Well, I mean,
Enough to probably have done it then, but not
Now,
to do it now, no.
but we need to, if we fix that, that's gonna all be on us in all probability.
Not necessarily, because they are still willing to look at helping us with the difference, so we may be out that initial
So
cost.
if they gave us
but
15,000 originally and it's 25 now, they might do the 10.
They probably would do the difference of what they have paid and what it'll end up costing us.
Okay. I don't know,
But let me tell you, it's, right now, it's got 5, 6, 7 leaks in it. I mean, it's one we have to do something with.
what's our,
And this is all, I'm sorry, never mind.
well, I was just gonna ask, our best option, you think potentially we might recoup, if we do all of them together, that we might recoup more money that way, possibly?
It ends up working, when you put out a bid on a larger project, you're more likely to attract people that are interested in and that are capable of performing it. And then there's more likely chance of competition, which means they're going to work to get the cost down on the bid. So that's the benefit I see of bundling all the buildings into one project for bidding purposes.
But we would be, if I understand correctly, and tell me, if it's 175,000, just use it as we're paying 175,000, we submit it to them and they decide they want to repay us.
That's essentially what it's going to be. So there will potentially be some recoupment, but,
But we put the 175 out first.
that's right. We have to fund it and appropriate. And OMAG is aware of Lindsay's history, and, they are willing to,
Is it just that one that was paid and the work wasn't done?
It is, I believe, just the one this time that we are going that was not paid. But unfortunately, even doing the other buildings, because of what we did, they will not pay out any more money until we do the work.
because
I can see that.
Sure,
We
that's understood.
they want to make sure that it's being used to repair the building.
As far as on our watch, that money that was given for that one roof, we're already covering that. Because it's already gone. We don't know
Well,
where that's at.
he said we might.
But
That's where.
well, I'm saying it was given for
Yeah,
a
the
roof. and it wasn't
$20,000,
used.
that's what it was.
So-
That's gone. If
Right.
it costs 30, we might get 10,
Right.
Right.
So,
but we might.
And they explained that there was some depreciation that goes into all the estimates. They were saying that depreciation, once the repairs are made, that depreciation could be paid back. So there is some benefit to doing this, but it is a financially difficult decision on how to approach it in the beginning.
So what do you two think, best option for us?
I think
You got
Liz,
more experience than we
Liz ought to pay for it. Liz.
I'll make a motion, Liz pays for it.
I'm struggling
We need to
with it
fix
a little
them
bit,
probably,
just
but-
because it's one of those decisions that you could be on the hook. I know the one company that we're kind of talking to, if they do a bid, they won't work as hard on the supplementals. And so that's where we're gonna have to really be watching our insurance companies, because, on a bid, they get paid. So there's no incentive to work with us to get our
Well-
side of the money back, so we gotta watch the company
Let's say
that
the
we.
bid we
bid.
get and we submit, the bid out in February 1.
We could,
It's completed by March.
we could make conditions in the contract that they have to submit supplementals, or, before they get the final payment.
Yeah.
And so we can structure it that way to where, 25% at this point,
Well,
50% at this point,
I
and
don't know if
then
this is
supplementals have to be submitted in
Might not
order
be
to.
possible that we could submit it to them and get, we've got this work done, we're on the hook for it, but if we didn't have to pay all of it until, say, May 1, would we maybe know about it
I
before
don't
that
think
point
I'm as
down?
worried about, I mean, we're in a good enough financial situation that I'm not as worried about that as I'm worried about just not getting it back. I mean, if we have to pay it up front and we still know the supplementals are going in and it's coming, I'm okay with that. I'm just not okay with if it's 104 and it's gonna cost us 250 and we end up paying 140 and nothing comes back, then I think that's gonna put a hardship on us. If we have to wait a little bit to get the 140 back,
You think we
can
can
live with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, if he can structure it where, they don't get maybe all of theirs until we know all those supplementals are in, I think that could be.
Will you know before you start the work how much OMAG is willing to
No.
put up? No, okay.
No. Until they start tearing it down.
That's what I was
It's kind of
hoping for.
Well, I guess the reason I asked that question is that if you know going in that I'm gonna have to spend X amount of dollars and they're gonna match with Y amount of dollars, then I can go ahead and do, but if you don't know what Y is gonna be, then you're just like,
Right.
okay,
That's why we have to fund it all the way up front.
yeah, okay. I can understand the reason why they don't wanna give money to us.
Oh, I can't too.
I mean, I understand that, but I guess what I'm saying is if they were willing to see what we're putting into it initially, but we're putting in 100%, so.
And there's other little ways we can protect ourselves. It might chase people off from doing bids. We can bid the project with a cost not to exceed,
Yeah,
Well,
no matter what.
We definitely, all the work's gotta be completed before we pay them all the money. I mean, we want, make sure we get, I've known people that didn't do that, and to me, that's foolish. We
Well,
make,
on a bid project, there's always money that sits.
Well,
I know,
the
they're
retainage.
supposed to be, but I've known some people that,
But we can even build a term in there that as a condition of the bid, they have to submit supplemental reports to OMAG regarding the cost, because they know that this is partially insured, if not completely insured, and we want to make sure that that gets done.
what?
what do you need from us this evening?
What do you need, what do you want?
I've got a question. So does it matter who we put first, who we would want building, would that matter to them or no?
Matter to who?
Well, in
OMAG?
other words, she's kind of saying, since we, building A, we've got the money for already, if we went ahead and did it, would that make any difference? And,
You said-
required them to do A
I
first.
think you said earlier that the railroad depot was the simplest.
Yeah, I think it will be one that won't be the cost won't be as far off and it's, pretty simple to
Okay.
get done. So, let me just, since we know we're gonna have a secondary meeting. Let me get with Ray. I want to put a couple of things together, with our insurance amounts and kind of what an estimate maybe if we think how much it
A
could
guesstimation.
possibly be. So at least we're talking about a number and bring that back on next Monday night if that's when we decide. And so you can kind of be thinking about it. If you want to see what I have, I'll try to get it out in
Well,
emails.
We'll get other people here too, because
And
That's
yeah, I mean, and it's a lot of money to commit, so maybe we can get everybody back and.
And
but
hopefully-
I'll put something together this week.
hope we'll get something back, but we gotta realize we may get zero.
Yeah,
So,
that's
I
the
mean,
thing.
That's where I'm,
we need to do the work.
Right.
We need to do the
but
work regardless.
yes, but I mean, I
Gotta
would,
figure it out, though.
I guess if there's a best way to potentially get money.
So
that's-
maybe let's.
Look
table
at,
it
maybe see if
till our
anybody else has
special
ever been in
meeting.
this boat before and how that worked for them or whatever.
Mr. Mayor, if I may respond to Ms. Barker's question, I think you were like, would we be able to recoup from OMAG if we started with a little building first? Frankly, I think it would be best to start with the big project first, the biggest one, get it done. Because once we come through on that and they know it's been repaired, I think they're more likely to respond
To the
with the other one
Kinda show
a lot
where
quicker.
That was
Exactly.
That was
We
kind of
intend to
my
finish
hope,
the
even if we
project.
had to pay on May 1, by June 1, maybe they would, say, hey, they've done all the stuff, looks good, here's your check back for what we're gonna give you. The greatest likelihood of us getting, I don't think we're gonna get 100%, but greatest likelihood of us getting as much money as we can. And I think that's what I guess I wanna do, is just make sure we got the best chance. And we need to fix it, sound like, regardless.
Yeah.
So then I think there's a proposal for a motion to table, was that made? I don't know.
Make a motion that we table it till the special meeting or next meeting till you get some stuff together.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Hall,
Yes.
Brennan,
Yes.
Barker,
Yes.
Inman,
Yes. Okay, number 13.
You will notice that I gave you an actual bid to fix the library wall. So, I was excited to get this. The price is better than the last one that we got. This does not repair anything on the inside, but it also leaves us some money that we had budgeted to do the inside. So I'm not as worried about getting somebody to fix the inside. That's an easier thing to do.
Okay.
I'd love to
Two-year
be able
warranty,
to commit to this.
So they think they know how it's getting in?
They think it's coming through that wall, and they just said, take all the stuff off of it and put your new layers on, and
Hey, I've never seen anybody would guarantee it before, so.
Okay. I'd make a motion, we move forward with getting them started on it.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Inman.
Yes.
Barker.
Yes.
Brennan,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
We talked about that thing forever.
Yep.
Before you came, forever I'm talking about. It was always a source of problem. Never mind. 14, water at the Murray Mansion.
So there is, they're wanting to put water from across the street, the lot that we tore down here. This house, do you guys remember this house that we tore down years
Oh, yeah.
before I got here?
Okay.
So there
Little red
is
walls in there
a
you can
meter there. They're wanting to put water over to the Pike Peak School. So I had Brandon go out and look. This meter, while it is off of our property and would be used to go over to Pikes Peak School, this won't be financially our responsibility, but it helps them out. And Brandon said that this couldn't be run, because my only concern is, what if we want to put something on the lot or do something with the lot at some point? He said it can be run on an edge that should not affect, but even if it did, he said it would not be that big a deal down the road if something had to change with just the water. So I don't think he was worried about them putting, using this tap that's there and doing this. So it would be my recommendation that we allow them to put this in, as long as they kind of work with Brandon to put it, in a place that would be the best for us, not to have to change it in the future. So I don't see a problem with allowing them to use it.
This house is non-existent.
No,
Yeah.
it's torn down.
Because we tore it down when I was,
And the other picture shows where it's at on the lot, and then where they're wanting to go with it over to the Pikes Peak School. So I don't know, Thelma, if you have anything you want to add?
Just that you understand that we just really feel like we need the water.
Yep.
because we do have a lot of activities out there, and we have more requests all the time. And one of the things they want to know is their bathroom facility, so that's one of our long-range plans.
Right.
But right now, we just at least get water, we could keep the building cleaner. We can also provide water for, if we want to doing landscaping, and just have water just to get, for emergency purposes even, because there's no fire hydrant close to us, so.
Yeah.
We would feel like it's an urgent thing that we go ahead and do this. And we're not asking you to do anything, but just give permission to us to use the meter and to go across the property to our site that we want to put the faucet.
I make a motion, we approve the water to the Pikes Peak School from that meter.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Hall,
Yes.
Brennan,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Inman.
Yes. There's more red wasps in that building than you could ever imagine. I've never seen so many in there. Ask Brandon about that tomorrow, see if I bet he'll remember it. 15, surplus of generator switch. Discuss consideration of possible action to surplus generator switch located at the Public Works Building and sell to the Lindsay Municipal Hospital.
Okay, so this is just something that had come up, and I've not really gotten to visit with Ray. And so, this one may need to be switched to our special meeting also. And let me just tell you, there is a switch out there that was set up for the generator that doesn't work. And so, this switch is just sitting out there. The hospital is in the middle of a project. They can't get a switch in quick enough. They think this one will work for them. But as we're looking at, we need to go back now and look at the contract, because we may not have the ability to surplus this piece of equipment. So,
I think there's just a question of whether or not it's part of the property, and we're leasing the property,
so. We can clear that up and have an answer. I get that they're wanting kind of an answer quickly at the hospital, but at least we're talking about a week. So I think though, to make sure it is something we're not going to use, so I feel comfortable with surplusing it as long as it's something we can legally do. And I meant to pull that contract on my way out the door because it kind of hit me, and that's why I'm like asking him, like, honestly, I was just thinking, okay, we can surplus this, and then it hit me like, dang, we're still in that lease. So, I'd say table it to our special meeting.
I make a motion, we table it till the next meeting.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Inman,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Brennan,
Yes.
Hall.
Yes.
This is, where's the switch, where's the lead, switch out?
Yeah, at the police department, the public works building.
The generator that doesn't work. It's automatic transfer switch.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm moving to heaven onward. 16, Catherine Hemmons taking full lump sum from OKMF, which would be $154,678.93 from her retirement. This is just basically, we don't,
Same thing we did a month ago or two ago.
basically what's in there in her name.
It's theirs, it's not ours.
Yeah. So we just gotta act on it. It doesn't cost us anything.
right, the only requirement is she not be employed,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
so not an issue.
I'll make a motion, we allow the taking of the lump sum.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Inman,
Yes.
Parker,
Abstain.
Brennan,
Yes.
Hall.
Yes.
17, National Honor Society Haunted Trail. Discussion, consideration, and possible action to allow Lindsay High School National Honor Society to host a haunted trail at the golf course.
They didn't do it last year, but they did it the year before out there, and as far as I know, we had no issues. And it's on they go out, they do the decorating, and they do but I always like to put it on, so you know what's happening, and you're.
The only remote concern I've got is somebody gets hurt. Are we,
I mean, it's on the trail. Would it be any different if they got hurt walking the trail? I mean,
Isn't EMS gonna be out there? They've
Well,
been out there
I'd say it's slim
times
to
past.
none, but I mean, it's no, I've had stuff before that I thought it was slim to none.
You know, there is liability. It's golf course, it's owned by the city, it's maintained by the city. So if there's any hidden or unknown dangers that we're aware of, we need to make sure that we warn
Warn
or
them.
remove. So,
Okay.
What day is this?
they could not give me an exact date, so, they were thinking the weekend before Halloween, because Halloween is a ball game,
Yeah.
so.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not necessarily against it at all, I just,
Isn't that the same weekend as the carnival?
Yes. Think
Won't
so.
that be the same weekend?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this is probably geared more towards
Older kids.
older kid, I
Yeah.
think. Now, I know enough to be dangerous, so don't. But I think it's supposed to be more,
Yeah.
I'd make a motion that we let them do it, as long as we identify any hazards we may have and not, I don't know if you can make it not responsible for accidents, I mean, or however that's gonna work, I don't know, I mean, somebody runs into a tree because they got scared, that's what happens whenever you go to a haunted deal. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That would
think,
be-
I think you will be responsible for something like that, probably.
I think if you had a school event out there, some kid could run into a tree anyway. I mean, I think there's just those.
a kid that runs into a tree is not going to be liability for the city, though,
Yeah, I mean,
right.
because it's a tree and it's there.
Okay,
But like if we're dealing with like, you know, it's a golf course, so let's say, you know, we have a former sand pit or sand hazard that's been covered up and we left a bunch of material in it. We're aware of that. You know, someone trips and falls and hurts himself on it, then that could be potential
are they
liability.
looking down more towards the,
They did it on the pavilion side.
that's what I thought.
on the lake side, not the
Yeah,
golf course
not the
side.
golf course side, is what
So,
I thought.
around the trail, where the actual cement trail is.
There's no sand in there.
There's potential for danger, though, I promise you.
But as long as it's, I mean, if it's along the lakeside, and it's a trail, and you're talking about, you know, natural growth, that's all the natural conditions of the property, and there's no liability there.
Okay. All right. You make that form of motion then,
Yes.
okay? Do you get a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded, roll call, please.
Hall,
Yes.
Drennan,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Inman.
Yes. 18 unforeseen items,
None.
none. Executive session action,
I do have some discussion on it, two of the items, so.
okay, discussion, consideration, possible action to enter an executive session pursuant to 25 Oklahoma State Section 307B3, discussing, one, purchase of appraisal of real property, 307B4, two, for confidential communication between the council and attorney regarding Garvin County case number CJ 224-102, Philpott versus Garvin County. At the, how do you say that, at the, whatever. And then for confidential communication between the council and its attorney concerning IAFF Local 5391 pending claim for past wages. If the public body, with advice of its attorney, determines that disclosure will seriously impair the ability of the public body to conduct the pending litigation in the public interest.
Make a motion, we move to executive session.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Roll call, please.
Inman,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Drennan,
Yes.
Hall.
Yes.
motion to reconvene.
I make a motion, we reconvene from executive session.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to reconvene. Roll call, please.
Inman,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Brennan,
Yes.
Hall.
Yes.
Okay, no action. We don't need to do anything on that, do we? We need to, okay, so we're down to number 24, governing board comments. Any,
Yeah, I've had a couple of people hit me up about speed bumps or something on Francis. Had another girl that lives on the far end, had one mention something about having trouble on Elmwood also. I know the guys are patrolling, because I had proof right in my driveway. And it wasn't me, but anyway, I know, I mean, the thing is, I know the guys can't be there every
how
time.
valuable are those? I got a deal the other day, trying to sell you those little flashing signs, you know, that your speed limit is.
Yes.
And
They work for me when I'm driving. I
They-
hate that sign to
you
say,
could sell.
slow down.
I think there were 3 of them for, I want to say, 12,000. I mean, it's a lot of money, I know, but I don't know. I just happened to see them the other day. I think I've got it in my pickup still, because I kept it, because I thought, well, that might be something.
I know a lot of folks complained about speed bumps, but I was in Norman working on a job the other day, and they have something, it's more of a speed hump. It's kind of long.
Yes.
It will still slow you down, and maybe it won't, maybe folks wouldn't complain about that. I mean, it's something I guess Brandon would have to
And those are the
build,
ones, yeah, they're built in with, almost with the asphalt.
asphalt stuff.
Well, this was, and I don't know
Yeah.
how economically feasible it was, or would be, but it's like that one at Goldsby there is, Markham's, you know, it lights up, and your speed, you know.
It's solar and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
And
You know,
I didn't know whether that'd be,
I just
because
told
you get a
you,
lot of, you know, I've had some people go, well, how come you put that stop sign in there on 7th Street? I said, well, we got daycare there.
Yeah.
I said, when they proposed to me that kid might get run over, I said, I'm all for it.
Right.
2 stop signs if you need it.
And that's-
And they
and
said,
that's my-
well, that makes sense.
I told the moms of the kids that I told them I'd bring it up again tonight. So I just, like I said, I don't know the solution, I just know,
I
just
don't
like
know
the
if
stop
that-
signs,
I don't
would
know
like
if
to
that
be,
flashing light would be
I'd just like
I
to be,
slow down for it.
I'd like to be
What do you
proactive
think?
instead of reactive if we
My
can.
thoughts on the flashing light, you got a bunch of high school kids driving, they're gonna try to beat their score every time.
Okay, well, you've had more experience than I mean, I wouldn't know.
That's my thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't
Okay.
have thought about that.
And I would love y'all's input too. I mean, I don't,
Yeah,
That's what I think. I don't think they'd be efficient.
okay.
my thing, I'd be thinking they're gonna take one and take it home.
Yeah.
See how
Well,
fast they
that's a
get.
possibility too, you know, right?
But, anyway, I'm just trying to think of something.
I don't know what those cost,
Right, I don't know what, I saw in some of the stuff here where we'd bought some asphalt for some different stuff and, you know, concrete and stuff like that. And I don't know what it would take for,
We've looked at those humps, and I don't know exactly what it takes either to build those in.
but you gotta warn them there, because if you don't,
yeah.
you're gonna have more complaints.
That would be, we'd have to put up a speed bump sign or speed hump sign.
Yeah.
I'm all for trying it if we can. I just don't want to, like I said, some of the speed that people get through there is, it's just crazy to me that they would drive that fast on City Street, especially down on the east end where there's a lot of folks parking in the street and they got to weave through there.
They're totally dangerous there.
Oh, it just, and like I said, one of the girls that lives, one of them that mentioned it is her kid he was in an accident a couple of years ago when a lady
Yeah.
got him, because he was in the street, I believe, but
Well, y'all kind of get together and check and see. I don't know, I mean, I was just throwing things out because that's something I'd seen. Not saying it's a good idea, I don't know. The speed bumps, but I don't really like speed
I
bumps.
don't like
but-
speed bumps.
But,
The speed hump thing isn't a bad,
Yeah.
it's more
But if-
asphalt, it's a little more gradual,
Yeah.
yeah,
maybe, I don't know, I've just,
The road's pretty rough as it is anyways.
y'all, it's like a carnival ride on our street anyway, but
That may be why they're going there.
I can't believe they drive that fast.
Are there a lot of potholes on that street?
It's sectioned concrete and it's settled over the years and it's just buckled and all.
I can see China from in front of my yard.
That's a traffic speed impediment.
Yeah. It is. Hey, can you put that on your list? In front of Bev's house on Francis, there's a huge hole. Have you hit it?
I hit it last night.
So you know what I'm talking about. It's getting worse. It's worse than the one that you just fixed.
Anything else anybody has?
No.
Okay. Anything you want to enlighten us
A
with?
couple of things. We got through 30 fire hydrants today. They got almost to Northcutt. Tomorrow they hope to get to Cherokee or a little further. They hope to be done Friday or Saturday.
Sweet.
He said 2 years, 3 years, this is our third year doing them. He said the first year they were like chocolate milk, and he said this year they were just like tea colored, like light. So he said it's working.
Great.
Keeping them moving is not near as bad. So,
Awesome. Great deal.
so it's not taking them as long. They're able to get them flushed quickly,
Mm-hmm.
and so that should be a good thing,
Yes.
keeping them clean. The other thing is, we did get some information from Mr. Branch on looking at that property over our old
Big
Public
white
Works.
building behind
So,
Caboose. all that
I
stuff.
will get that all put together, and that will probably go on our special meeting.
Okay.
So,
You guys know where she's talking about,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
everybody?
behind the.
It's a pretty good section of property back there.
Yeah.
There, you could purchase that big white building. The big white building is old room corn.
Real corn and
It's-
cement mud.
It's in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
I don't think it leaks. Last time Anything else?
Make a motion, we adjourn to LPWA.
Second.
Motion been made, second, roll call, please.
Inman?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Brennan?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Okay, call the meeting to order for LPWA. Roll call, please.
Paul?
Here.
Brennan?
Here.
Parker?
Here.
Inman?
Here. Consent agenda.
so you will want to pull out G, because that one will go on to the next meeting. Some of this stuff we put on because it affects both sides, so we just put it into to be ratified. You've already done it on the other side.
So is that the only one?
That's the only one, though, we pulled out.
Okay.
so.
So somebody makes a motion, they want to exclude G.
Do we need to pull out H?
No.
No.
Go ahead,
You gotta
we
do
were
it on
gonna
both
ratify it
sides.
on this side, so.
Well, with respect to Ms. Bev's question, though, she abstained in the last vote, so it might be a good idea to pull H out, so there's a separate vote.
So you understand, though, and correct me if I say something wrong, that money, you can't get it, we couldn't get it back to the city, we couldn't get it back to salary.
Right, no, that's correct, but Ms. Barker, she abstained from voting on that item in particular, and I think she's concerned about having to abstain for all of the consent vote instead of pulling that out, so she
Yeah.
can do her individual vote.
I see. And it's fine with me, I just want everybody to know, I mean, it's,
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
yeah, all right. So, then, I guess entertain a motion to, take out, what would that?
G and H.
G and H.
H.
Pure cane sugar, oh, no, that's not the right one, C and H.
I'll make a motion, we approve the consent agenda, taking out item G and item H.
Second.
Okay, motion been made and seconded, roll call, please.
Inman?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Brennan?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Okay, now we'll go to items that were removed, which is G. Do we need to do those separate probably? Or-
G was fine, it's just being continued to the special meeting.
Okay, H, then we need to, okay, H, ratification of Catherine Hammond's lump sum from OKMRF, ratification of the city council's action for Catherine Hammond's taking a lump sum of $154,678.93 from a retirement with OKMRF.
Make a motion, we allow that withdrawal.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Inman,
Yes.
Barker,
Abstain.
Drennan,
Yes.
Hall,
Yes.
4, consideration of, 5, tree trimming. Discuss consideration of possible action on tree trimming.
Okay, so I'm going up here to see, we got an additional list. It is 3 areas, and if you will go look at your stuff, James is in training, and so he could not be here tonight. We do have some representatives from the tree company. So there are 3 areas. There's a pink area, a blue area, and a green area. Pink is the most vital area that we feel like, looking at it, that needs to be completed. If you'll notice that each area is either $12,000 additional dollars, or if you would decide to do all 3, it's $35,000. My thinking is, I really would like to see the pink one done, for sure. So, I would ask for that. If you would decide you want to do more, I don't see a reason to do 2. If we're gonna do more, then I think we just need to vote and go ahead and do all 3. I'm okay if we're gonna just do the one. If we wanna do the pink and continue on and just do it, I don't know if these guys have anything additionally to add. We know next year we're gonna have to move and do some more, and these areas will be listed in the top of that, but I hate to wait on the pink area. It's an area that James has concerns about. You know, we just have concerns about not going ahead and doing it. So, again, the pink area is $12,000. If you want to go ahead, I mean, we do not have it budgeted, but we do have the money in savings. I mean, and we know we need to get this done. So, if you want to go ahead and do all of it, that's a decision, then we have to just do a budget amendment for it. So, I mean, at this point, to do any of it, we're gonna have to do a small budget amendment.
Right.
So,
Well,
I'm way for the tree trimming.
I understand, but
it pays for itself.
can we afford to do 3, or it'd be better off if we just did 1?
Again, I am okay with going ahead and doing all of this. I just don't see like picking 2 of them. I either say we do the pink one or we do all of it.
Right.
I mean, because there's no reason not to save the money and, I mean, it's $1,000 off if we do all of them.
Right.
That's, $1,000 is $1,000, so.
I agree.
That's my recommendation. We either do the pink line this year or we do them all.
Right. You said you'd have to do a budget amendment, but you said we have the money in savings to
We can
handle
do
it.
this. This is something that we can put the money
Right.
out to do.
And I mean,
because
I think the savings will be there. I mean,
It does.
one ice storm,
Yeah.
and this stuff
And
will
they'll
pay
be
for
able to do
itself.
And they're here, and that's it. We can get it done before ice gets here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So-
They'll be able to do it
I
pretty
mean,
quick.
I would make a motion to do the whole thing.
Second.
so we're looking at the 35,000 to
Yes.
do the 3 areas.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then we'll probably have a budget amendment.
Well, that
So-
would be a given,
Yeah.
a budget amendment to,
Okay, motion's been made, and somebody second, no, I'm sorry. I didn't hear it.
Second.
All right, motion been made and second, roll call, please.
Hall,
Yes.
Brennan,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Inman.
Yes. Okay, let me get back. I lost my place here.
Gave you guys your answers, and thank you for coming.
6, Myers invoice, discussion, consideration, and possible action on Myers invoice.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
I mean,
I just want to make sure I was under understanding there. You did it for all three?
yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
and hopefully you
Okay.
guys can do it sooner rather than later, just so,
Do we need to do a
because
quick deal for them?
if we wait till after we have an ice storm,
Which is the worst area the
Pink.
pink area?
Yes.
Okay, well, since y'all have already okayed and everything to that extent, we'll go ahead and we'll move to that pink area next. That way we can try to get it taken care of and try to catch it before the storms and things like that and stuff start rolling in.
and we hope there's never a storm for 10 years, but you know what I'm saying? I hate
Yeah.
that saying, man, if we could've got that cleared out before.
Yeah, well, you never know, like that ice storm back in 2019, it come up in October,
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I guess, just, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you.
All right, I
Would
appreciate
you
y'all.
Appreciate it,
please-
Phyllis.
Would you let Courtney know, ask her if she would send us just a change order and add these 3 things within the additional 35,000, and we'll all sign off on it.
Okay,
So,
I sure will.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Because that was approved, we need to get it executed.
Okay.
Okay. We didn't do anything else on that. Okay. Myers invoice.
This is our first invoice on our electrical substation site design. So we all know that that's right now what we're working on. If you'll go by there, you'll notice it's being cleaned up as we speak, so.
We're just making a motion to pay that.
Pay that.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we pay the Myers invoice.
Motion's been made, seconded, roll call, please.
Inman,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Brennan,
Yes.
Hall.
Yes.
Okay. And originally, when they tore that out, that was part of the deal. They said they didn't want that they couldn't do the underground stuff to get out of there, so. Okay, 7, surplus of old water meters and cans.
So this is all of the cans and the water meters that we took out to put the new digital automatic read meters in. So we're asking to surplus those and put them up for, we'll put them up for some kind of a bid process or, whatever we have to do to get them sold.
I make a motion that we surplus the old water meters and the cans.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded, roll call, please.
Hall,
Yes.
Brennan,
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Inman.
Yes. That we have a lot of interest in those, I hope we do. You never know.
I've got at least
Never know.
4 names on my board of when you get ready to sell those.
Well, I think some of the
Really?
fittings, I think there's copper to some of the fittings, right?
Well, there you go.
And some
There
brass.
will be
That's,
people
yeah,
that-
there will be people then.
Yeah.
We might want to check and make sure, because
Yeah.
it could be lucrative possibly. Okay, 8, LPWA benefit quotes.
We're moving it to the next.
Okay, 9, purchasing a private airport hangar.
Okay, so, this is the single, owned airport hangar that we have out there, the only one that we have that's privately owned. I have had, Brandon went out and went through it, looked at all the metal, looked at everything structurally. It's got a few bangs on it and a few, but he says everything's solid on it.
How old is the hangar?
I have a
I
question.
know this answer because I've read the stuff when it was put in and I can't.
I've only been in one, and it's the first one you come to kind of on
Well,
the
this one
right.
was an addition.
This one's the single one that's by
What,
itself.
was it, I guess it was granted permission to build it?
Absolutely, yeah. And it's not uncommon. There's private ones built on airports, and so they build them and you lease the land. And so, it's not uncommon. They just don't have to pay the hangar rate, they just pay that annual land lease. And then if anything ever happens that they don't go through with paying them or whatever, they revert back to the city. So, or at some point, a lot of people will give them up at some point and the city gets them. But he's willing to sell this one. He wants 20,000 for it. You know, that, for the city, we can't come close to building anything for that. And this is our only private one, so it would put us to 5 that we have the ability to lease out.
What do
So,
we get a year's lease?
huh?
What do we get for a year's lease?
We get 800,
I think it's 800, I think.
I was gonna say 850, but 800,
800 a year?
yeah.
I think we went up when I was here, $50 or something, but
Is there anything different about this one than the others?
Just the fact that
just-
it's a single one by
that's-
itself.
That's it?
Yeah.
Nothing great about it necessarily?
It- I
Just
mean-
same old as
You
everybody
know,
else?
one plane, is that,
Called
I haven't
one
been out
plane.
there. One plane, okay.
Yep.
If you want the right to the gate, you drive through, it's Route 1, right?
I'm just
Well,
looking,
it's the one by itself over, I mean, because the other ones are big. I mean, it's a big.
Yeah.
This is just
It's
a
that first one.
single, the size for a single plane to go in.
gotcha, yeah.
So, this is on the utility side. We have the money to purchase it. I think that, at this point, I just would like, approval for us to negotiate up to
Okay.
the 20,000.
okay, entertain a motion.
Make a motion for you to negotiate up to 20,000 for the hangar.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Inman.
Yes.
Barker.
Yes.
Brennan.
Yes.
Hall.
Yes.
Okay, 10, do we need to,
That one,
Move
I
next,
mean,
okay.
it's gonna go to,
we need to table it or just, we've already,
Yeah, motion to table to the special meeting would be fine.
okay, 10, roof repairs, entertain a motion to table.
Make a motion to table to the next meeting.
Second?
Motion's been made, second, roll call, please.
Hall.
Yes.
Brennan.
Yes.
Barker.
Yes.
Inman.
Yes. 11, utility issues, discussion consideration possible action, utility billing issues.
nothing that we've got.
Okay, electric substation project.
So again, you kind of know where we're at on it. We've talked a little bit about, I go by there, see the guys and the big machines that, Brandon's already moved a lot of concrete. So, we thought it would take a month or two. I don't think it's going to take a month or two. So, they're moving right along.
This is something we'd had to do.
Oh,
It
yeah.
don't matter, and I think,
Absolutely.
hopefully, the golden goose will come in for us, but we'll see. We don't require any action on that, do we?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
information.
Okay, 13, water plant project.
We have everything that we know of into DQ and we're waiting on them.
Sewer lagoon project.
Everything still seems to be going okay with Sewer Lagoon. We still know we're gonna end up having to change some product or something with them, and they have not gotten back with us, so.
Governing board comments. Okay, city manager report, an update on the projects.
I have on here, working on the substation site, we talked about that. We're working on, part of the reason I wanted to get the cans and all that, they're on that old, Public Works site, and we're trying to get that all cleaned up, because that's, I mean, that's something we're gonna have to do. I talked to a guy today that gave me an idea on some funding for the substation. It's called P3 funding, and I know some other cities that are using, it's allowing all the withholding money that's going in from all the companies. It goes into the state, and the state's now allowing cities to use that as some public funding back on infrastructure projects. So I don't know a lot about it yet. I've just started the process. I'm gonna get with Ray to kind of start looking at this. But, you know, where it's not gonna pay all of it, I mean, whatever. If it's 500,000, it's 500,000.
Right.
But it is kind of neat. And the guy from the Department of Commerce today said, you know, it's the only way to ensure that our withholding money comes back to us, is to do a public works project, and they designate it back to us. He said, other than that, it goes to the state and it's used for whatever. So he said, you know, people are crazy not to go in and try to use some of these funds and get these businesses to sign off. And he said something like a substation, every business uses. So you can get, you know, a lot of times if it's a water line and only Walmart's on that water line, then you get Walmart to sign off. But this is different because this is every business in town, you know, so. And then the other thing, we did get a quote on, one of our last bad lines is that line that starts over on, I just went blank. Party Pier, what's that?
Ponca?
Ponca.
Ponca.
It starts on Ponca, comes up to Third, goes all the way to Third to Cherokee, and then down Cherokee a ways. To replace all that line, get us 14 new fire hydrants, 8-inch line, but we're looking at $1.2 million. So CDBG has some grant money out there, so I'm gonna start looking at it to see what that is, but that's probably one of our next projects that we need to look at. That is probably one of the worst things that we still have going as far as lines go. So that's kind of where we're at on big stuff.
problem.
Yep. Just
Happens
little
all
money.
the time.
Okay, anything else?
Nope.
Okay, entertain a motion to adjourn then.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
Roll call, please.
Hall,
yes.
Brennan,
Yes.
Parker,
Here,
Inman.
Yes.
somebody had to do it.
Don?
Somebody had to do it.
She did it here.